So what's up, guys? It's been about a week, so I figured I'd show you what's on the desk this week. Um, One thing in particular. This is my Drop Zone Commander Coyote Command War Strider, and I probably said that wrong, but whatever. Um, every unit or every army in the game has a command vehicle where your commander, operates out of, and this one is by far the coolest. It's missing a piece, which is why I'm kind of showing it to you. It's been done for a while now. I just got some varnish on there, so it's all nice and shiny. I got to do some touch-up work on that cannon here. You can see on the top there's some paint that's been chipped off, but there's supposed to be a little command node that sits up here on top of this, and it's been over a month since I've contacted Hawk War Games, and I was under the impression they were going to ship me a new one, and haven't got it yet. So, still waiting to hear back from them, but that is that. It's a tri-walker thing. I absolutely love this thing. The commander rides up here in this little hatch that's not here, and if this thing gets destroyed, it ejects and just takes off, and it can land on the board, and your commander lives to fight another day. But I think that's it for that. You can see I got 2 gates in the back here, working on them to finish up my 3-gate system. But today what I'm going to be doing is finishing up the Stompa. This is the head to the Stompa. The last thing I needed to do to this was fill those little gaps up there with some green stuff. I got this stuff. I haven't used this in I don't know how long. I was going to buy the Games Workshop version of it, but $10 was a little bit out of my price range when this was only $3.30 something, and it looks like it's probably double what you get out of the GW package. So but essentially what I'm going to do with this is plug these little holes here, and yeah, let me get started on that. Let me get everything set up here. Alright, so essentially with this, it's putty. If you've ever took an art class ever in your life, you've worked with putty before. So I open the top and this stuff's pretty much already coming out. Make sure your fingers are wet so you can work the substance. And I'm just gonna plop it down. I'm not even watching the camera. I'm just gonna plop it down in there and just use my finger to spread it around. Alright. This is probably the complicated way to go about doing it, or whatever. You can see what I'm doing here. Just spreading it in the cracks, plugging the holes with it. Get my fingers wet, and then I'm going to go back in here. With the brush I don't really care about. And just kind of work it where I want it to go. Get a little bit more. And of course, you're handy. Gotta keep a paper towel handy for things like these. Alright, so get in there, green putty. Alright, and I'm just gonna... The liquid green stuff works great. I've seen a couple videos on that stuff. That's something that GW makes. That works great for, especially for situations like these where you're eventually gonna be get off. I'm trying to blend this in because it's more of a liquid state. Alright, just need one tiny more. One little gap left here to plug. And of course, I'm not a like I said, I'm not an artist. This is not probably the neatest and tidiest green stuff work you've ever seen, but I'm not going for tidy. If anything, I can just pawn it off as like, look, the hatch was welded shut. So, oh, there's a hole in the front here too. I didn't even notice that. All right. Well, I patched up this little hole here. I might just go the whole way around it. So, in the interest of time, I'll just do a crossfade. So, all right, here we have the finished plugged hatch with the green stuff. Doesn't look neat at all, but I'm not going for neat. I'm going for orky. So, you can say it was welded shut or, whatever once this gets painted. So, let's send it on over to the spray paint and see what it looks like afterwards. Alright, well, there it is. All done. Catch some glare on there. It looks decent. Yeah, it looks orky. I gotta do some touch-up work on it. You can see some of the spots that the spray can missed. But I'm going to finish up the touch-up work on that, throw it on the rest of the body, and then we'll take a look at it. Alright, so I don't think I've shown the body. There's the body with the gun sprayed up. Really, let me make some room. Really looks 10 times better now. Any doubts I had in my mind about it before are now gone, now that this thing's sprayed, and it just looks so much better. That just looks amazing. Like the grot bomb, and I've cleaned up everything behind it. I ran some more pieces in. I ran some tubing into the gun through a las cannon power cell on there. Trimmed up that like I said I was going to, and I could use probably some green stuff just to kind of hide the foam, but I kind of don't mind it. It kind of just looks like it could just be some material they used to patch this thing together, but the thing actually looks like it's part of it now. It just doesn't look like a bunch of random stuff thrown on the side of it. A little grot rigger up there. Alright, tilt him back, put the head on, and it's done. That is an Orc Stompa, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus. Never thought I'd have one of these sitting on my desk, and here we are. So, the next step for this thing is a featurette video, but, yeah. Let's see what else we got on the desk. So, alright, also on the desk this week is the last two of these Shaltari Eden gates that I've been working on. When I finish these, I'll round it out at 3 gates, and that's enough for a starter game right there. I wanted to show you the gate that I did finish. When I was done with it, I completely forgot that I wanted to do a clear liqueur, or whatever, a lacquer basically. I wanted to do a clear coat over top of it with make it shiny pretty much, and more than happy. Get those guys out of there. More than happy with how this thing turned out. My one friend told me to give it a try. He said it'll make my guys pop, and he was absolutely right. This thing is just shiny. Oh whoa! This thing is just shiny as hell, and looks even more Covenanty, I guess you could say. But yeah, wanted to show that off as well. And now let's go over and take a look on the shelf and see what we got for sale this week. Alright, we got some Chaos guys here. I have a 5-man unit of Raptors and a 5-man unit of Possessed for sale right now. Both are up for sale for 25 bucks each, which is damn near $10 cheaper for each squad than GW, and it's already assembled and assembled well. Let's dive in here. Look at the Possessed. I can't. There we go. There's a focus. These guys just look wicked, absolutely wicked. I love the kit that came with these. I tried to match the parts as best I could. I didn't want to make them look too crazy. I wanted to make them look a little, except for this guy. This guy just looks like a fucking Tyrannid. And then this dude over here I tried to match the parts as best I could, you know, put the right arms that's appropriate with the right heads and the right torso pieces to kind of all make sense. Um, you know, as far as mutation goes, which kind of, that statement in itself doesn't make very sense, but, you know, whatever. So, these guys, I absolutely love them. 25 bucks for the Possessed. And then over here, we have the Raptors, and again, so fucking happy to be working with these new plastics. As much as I rag on GW, you know, they got some good kits out there, and this Raptor kit was amazing, and I have so many awesome bits left over. It's ridiculous. But this Raptor squad, $25, like I said, with the other one. Comes with a champion here with lightning claws and 2 Melt-A-Gunners. This guy, I borrowed the Melt-A-Gun from a Space Marine kit, but you know, I don't think anybody's gonna complain. A Melt-A-Gun's a Melt-A-Gun. So that's them there. 2 guys with close combat weapons and bolt pistols. I put the squad together based off of what I remember from the rules being legal, and that was, you know, years ago. But nevertheless, I put the squad together with the idea in mind of they're only 5 guys. You know, they're not gonna just rape through a unit, and let's face it, 9 times out of 10, when you're in a tournament nowadays or a friendly game or whatever, you're going to be playing against an opponent with power armor or something. You know, Space Marines, Chaos Marines. That's what, you know, 70% of GW fans play. So I was realistic. You know, I gave a champion with the Lightning Claw in case you do find yourself, or Lightning Claws in case you do find yourself in close combat, and they're more of a tank hunter. You know, vehicle buster, 2 Melt-A-Guns. They can deep strike, 12-inch move, and fire. You know, there, and then the 2 guys there with the bolt pistol, close combat weapons, just to add their weight if they do get into a scrap, and they're there to soak up wounds, pretty much. So, pretty much just the lightning fast strike squad there. 25 bucks, $10 cheaper, roughly, than the GW price. Totally worth the money, in my opinion. I think that about sums it up. Still got everything up for sale on Craigslist and on Facebook. I'm working on figuring out how I'm going to get a website that I don't have to pay, you know, like $15 a month for. So still trying to tackle that along with the challenges of everyday life. So I want to thank you guys for watching and helping me do all this stuff. Yeah, I'm horrible at making closing statements. But nevertheless, thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you know anybody out there that plays Warhammer and you think would be interested in my videos, my work here, definitely give a shout out. Help pass the word along. I would appreciate it. Thank you.